Alrighty. How'd you do on the challenge questions today? Are you getting to the point where you're like, Mr. Stahl, come on, man, change these. Make them more difficult. This is too easy. I hope so. And if not, I hope you're getting to the point where you're like, this was the mistake I made. Let's check it out. I want to learn from my mistake. Let's jump into it, shall we? Just like yesterday, we were going to take our subtraction problem and we were going to make sure that we're lining up the decimal the correct way. We have 87. We got 55 hundredths. We have 6. We have 8 tenths. I have 5 hundredths. I lose nothing. Guess what I still have? 5 hundredths. I have 5 tenths. I lose 8 tenths. I'm going to jail. I got to borrow. Here's my whole. I'm going to take the whole. I'm going to give 10 tenths to the 5. I have 15 tenths. 15 minus 8 is 7. 6 minus 6 is nothing. 8 minus nothing is 8. Answer is 80 and 75 hundredths. B, we have 99. We're going to multiply by 85. Hello, lattice method. How are you doing, BFF for life? We have 99. We're multiplying 85. It's like a 2 by 2 Rubik's Cube, or 4 by 2 by 2 by 2, or whatever those things are. I don't know. My son has one. 9 times 8 is 72. What's 9 times 8? Oh, yeah, 72. 9 times 5 is 45. And 9 times 5 is, oh, yeah, 45. 5. 9 plus 2 is 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Any decimals? Nope. The answer is 8,415. What up, Steph Curry? LeBron James? Someone went shopping and bought identical sweaters for each of her 3 friends. She didn't buy herself one. And then if she spent $42, what was the cost of each sweater? I don't know. That's like asking somebody, what's a good day to wear a striped sweater? A good time to wear a striped sweater. Isn't it all the time? That's what SpongeBob says, I believe. So 42 divided by 3. How many 3s are in 4? 1. What's left over? 1. Bring down the 2. How many 3s are in 12? 4. What's the answer? $14. It's $14. You have 42, you're splitting it by 3. Let's go to Divisione. We have, the first number is what you have. It goes inside of the house if you're working with the house, which we would totally use the house on this one. We're making groups of 11. How many 11s go into 19? 1. What's left over? 8. How many 11s go into 86? 7. 8 would be 88, too much. What's left over? 9. Now it'd be 8. 88, what's left over? 6 is left over. Answer is 178 and 6/11. We have 53 and a 5th. Remember, whenever we add fractions, we want to make sure that we add them up and down so we can really focus on making sure they have the same denominator. Five and 8, what's the first thing they have in common? 8, no. 16, no. 24, no. 32, no. 40, ding, 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 ding. Get out of here, 6. 40. That means they could both transform into 40ths. How many 5s make 40? 8. So that means every one of these is worth 8. So 1 is now 8. How many 8s make 40? 5. That means if I had 5 before, now I have 25 because every one is worth 5. So now I have the two new fractions that are equal to their old fractions, but now they got the same name. 8 plus 25. Well, guys, don't get this wrong because you don't know how to do the mental math. Take your time. Somewhere do 25 plus 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 2 plus 1 is 3. That's 33. 5 plus 3 is 8. And then 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. That answer is 138 and 33/40ths. Can you reduce it? Nope, you cannot. When they're not even, there's only a couple numbers that can go into them. 5, 7, 3, give it up. It's simplified. Last question that probably made a couple of you guys, I don't know, maybe puke a little bit. Geometry questions. Let's see here. We have a circle is a convex polygon. Well, ladies and gents, if you remember, a circle is not a polygon, right? Remember, polygons have to have all straight lines. So, false. A rhombus can have only one right angle. Isn't that nice? Well, remember, a rhombus doesn't have to have any right angles. But if, by chance, a rhombus had a right angle, a rhombus means all the sides are equal. So that means this has to be a right angle, and this has to be a right angle, and then this would have to be a right angle as well. If there's one right angle, there's all of a sudden 4 right angles. They call this a square, which is a kind of rhombus, but can a rhombus only have one right angle? No way, Jose. False. So we're at false, false right now, and then all squares are rectangles. All squares are rectangles. Remember, rectangles just mean that, hi, I got a twin over here. Oh my gosh, I have a twin over here. We all have right angles. That's a rectangle. Can a twin be the exact same size? Can they all be twins? Is this still a rectangle? The answer is yes. All squares are rectangles. True. And then this is the one that I thought maybe you guys disliked a little bit. A regular octagon can be concave. Well, first you got to know what an octagon is. Well, octo means 8, right? You guys watch Octonauts? No, Mr. Stahl, we don't watch Octonauts. All right, I don't think that's 8 sides, but you guys can use your imagination, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it is, but pretend it looks a lot better. It doesn't look like a deflated balloon, okay? 8 sides are all equal. Remember, concave means that there's an area in your guys' shape that literally caves in. You could put 2 dots. This doesn't cave in anywhere. So that answer is false. False. All right. I know what you guys are. You're sad that we have challenge questions that are full of NBA basketball players instead of your girl T Swift. That's because I forgot my PowerPoint at home. It was full of T Swift. But this works just as good. All right, speaking of T Swift, there she is right there, and you probably recognize her tunes in the background. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for you to label your piece of paper 1 to 10. Let me tell you, you will be happy that you did because you will have a document that's going to drop for homework that will be 10 questions. And guess what? It's going to be they will be exactly these 10 questions. So please take your piece of paper out. Label it 1 to 10. What I would like for you to do is I would like for you to try these problems on your own. Try your darndest. And then we will check some of them, not all of them, during our live session. And then the rest, you'll have to come up with the answers on your own, but you're going to be able to give me the answers of 1 through 10 on the Google Doc. So, number 1 says, how many students read for 2 or more hours reading? Well, each X represents 1 student. The key is always important. So each X is 1 student. The question is, how many students read for 2 or more hours? According to the line graph, how many students were in class? How many X's are there? How many students are in class? And then what is the mode common number? What's the mode of the data? And then T Swift, she's looking at this weird lightning bolt. She's like, whoa, you got to calm down. You're doing too much. This lightning bolt right here is going to be the answer in your math homework that tells me that you watched the video. Number 4, 5, and 6, you're going to find the area of this here beautiful looking figure. You're going to tell me the perimeter of this here beautiful figure. You are also going to tell me the measurement of the missing side. Well, how do we know? Well, we know the area, and we know one of the sides, and we know length times width equals area. So if this is length, this is width, we know something times 1/3 equals 2. And if you can't remember how to figure this out, let's pretend this is 5 and this is 2 and this is 10. 5 times 2 equals 10. How do you find the missing piece of 5? Use that same formula to figure out what this answer is. And then last but not least, you have 7, 8, 9, and 10. You are going to convert all of these using the metric system. You're going liters, grams, and meters. 3 different areas of the metric system. You're also going to convert pints to quarts, cups to gallons, and pounds to ounces. Yuck. This is the customary system, not our BFF for life. And if you have not mastered this yet, just try your best. Just try your best. For the gallon and the quarts, remember you got Mr. Gallon. Do you remember the cheat of Mr. Gallon? Mr. Gallon's right here. He married 4 wives. He's crazy. 4 wives are the queens. I'm just going to go and just show you. Every queen has 2 princesses, and every princess has 2 cats. Because this is too hard to do with my mouse, you guys can make this all 4 queens. And then you know how many pints, how many cups, how many quarts are all in a gallon. And then pounds to ounces, 16 ounces is the exact same thing as 1 pound. So 1.5 pounds is how many ounces? Once again, you have a whole nother beautiful graph here to look at and understand. It says how many mealworms are measured and how many mealworms are less than an inch. And then look at this here and tell me the perimeter and tell me the area. And that is your work for today, ladies and gents. I will see you at 10:30. Come with questions.